Joining us now, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Hey, Ken, it's great to have you back on. We saw this story. We thought this was really stunning, that Texas is flipping the script on the Biden administration. Texas border counties and Republicans in the state legislature now pushing to use pandemic bailout money for the state's own border wall and border security. The Biden administration said, yeah, you can use pandemic bailout funds to fight crime. Have you heard from the White House on this?
You know, they don't call me very often these days, but I love flipping the script on them and taking advantage of those stimulus dollars to do something that they've failed to do, which is protect our border, protect our citizens, and stop the illegal immigration and the crime that's associated with it.
But now you got state Democrats in Texas saying, Republican lawmakers, you can't do that. You can't use Texas's share of the $350 billion on the border wall and border security. What would you say to those Texas Democrats?
Well, I'm not surprised that they're saying it. That's the party line, right? That we want open borders no matter what the impact on our state, no matter what the impact on our country, no matter what the economic or social impacts. I'm not surprised they're saying that, but I'm also know that the Biden administration, they've already said we can use it to fight crime, and clearly the cartels are crime, and that's what this is all about.
Yeah, and also the governor's disaster declaration said, yeah, it can use available resources to do that. You know, it's interesting. House Democrats are proposing to defund more than $2 billion from the border wall and, you know, money out of Border Patrol, but they want to send $870 million to the Middle East for a Middle East border security and border walls to places like Jordan, Lebanon, Egypt. What do you say to that?
It's so similar to what happened with the Keystone Pipeline. If you'll remember, the Biden administration supported Putin building his pipeline to Germany and to Europe while opposing that in the United States. And here we have the same type of thing. We have a wall that we need that would protect the citizens of our country. And for some reason, they're opposed to that, despite all of the damage that's occurring and despite the fact that the cartels are being emboldened and empowered by this and made rich. And yet they're willing to send money to the Middle East. Tell me that makes sense. It doesn't.
Yeah, let's show again the Democrats who blasted Trump and protested at the border and at border facilities over conditions in border facilities. They've since gone AWOL. Human traffickers, you know this, they treat children like commodities to make money off of them. We hear silence from the Democrats on that. We hear silence from the Democrats about children dropped over border walls, left in highways, in rivers, in deserts. You know, human traffickers dragooning them as drug coyotes. So where are the Democrats on that?
You know, this is one of the saddest parts of this story. I mean, it's bad enough that you're opening the border and you're letting the cartels have all of this control of what's going on with everyone that crosses the border. They're charging money. And it also, because the Border Patrol is so busy taking care of these families, you obviously have more drug importation because they can't stop it as well as they could under the Trump administration. But the saddest part to me is the massive human trafficking that's going on with these kids, with these young girls, and they're turning a blind eye to it. I don't understand it. It is so sad to see what's happening, and you know, really, it's on their watch. It's on their hands.
Let's watch what former President Trump had to say yesterday. Watch this.
We stopped a lot of the drugs that were coming in, which is very tough to do. And they have some real criminals bringing this stuff in. They have the toughest people. These cartels, these are tough, smart people. They're like, they went to the Wharton School of Finance and graduated #1 in their class, but they never did that. But they would have graduated #1. They're very, very tough and smart. And what they've been doing with human trafficking and drugs and all of the other things is a disgrace. We had it largely stopped. And in 2 months, 3 months, they ended.
Why did he say the Wharton School of Finance with connection to the drug cartels?
Because I think he's making the point that these cartel people are extremely smart. They're extremely aggressive. They have a very well-connected business network across the border, and they're basically business people making lots of money, but they're brutally, you know, horrible to people along the border, and they've committed all kinds of atrocities. These gangs are some of the most vicious gangs that we've ever seen, and all he's saying is that these people are smart. They know what they're doing, and the Biden administration either is knowingly participating or they're just ignoring the problem right in front of them and allowing all of this to occur.
Ken Paxton, great to see you. Come back soon.